It's the last video of the year. Quick little advice about owning a project for the last 15 years that hasn't really progressed as much as I would like. Um, One advice I could give you is don't strip it apart completely, because trust me, it will just sit here. It will just sit over many years, and you will lose motivation no matter the value of the car. It will just sit. I suggest start, if it drives, even better. Start fixing one panel at a time. Start from the back, start at a door, start at a trunk lid. I mean, I've started on the front end, the Rx3. I started on the fender, and another fender, on a trunk lid. It's back there. Got another one behind that toolbox. Started ordering parts, and one advice I could give you is don't strip it completely and just focus on one thing at a time. Believe me, you will get further doing it one thing at a time, because I've had other little projects that I flipped real quick and moved it quicker, and because I focus on one thing. So, but this piece this year from Pack Performance, I had that built about 7-8 years ago when nothing was available. I got that hood, good conditions, from Riggs Mazda Vintage, something like that, in Canada. Bought a few things from them, but that thing, bought the leaf springs because mine were very bad. Got them up here. So got a few things on the process. I got parts everywhere. But yeah, I suggest if you're gonna work on a project car, don't take it apart. You will lose motivation. I got parts of the Rx3 everywhere, and moved twice, and thank God I haven't lost anything. Although box off all the wires got super wet from moving. I left it in the back of the trunk and the box filled with water, and not a good thing. So hopefully they're good. We'll see. That was years ago, but this is a little changed a little bit. Here's the 20B process parts. E-shaft. It's humidity in Florida, so I like to cover it. And got parts, separating them. And I got some housings, oil pan, some front brakes from Aerospace. Got the transmission ready. I have lots of parts ready. A lot of parts. But little by little. But yeah, definitely one thing that didn't motivate me was not having a good spot to work on the car. I used to work on my car in my garage attached to the house, and that was a headache because the actual dust, smell, grinding, compressor was going into the house. So I actually built that section with the compressor. Then I built that section, parked the car there, but very uncomfortable to work on it. Then I added this section, but it was from there to there and there to there, and it was a flat roof, very low. It was like that low, very uncomfortable. I hated it. So I knocked it down and built this addition to the little work area, which is 20 feet wide, or 18 by 20 or something like that. But next step is actually pour concrete for the rest of it next year. But yeah, a lot of projects actually get held up because you gotta do one thing, another, and it just sucks. Life gets in the way, vacation, kids, house part, like buying stuff for the house, everything add up. Built that little decorative design fence to block my work area from the pool. Could have put a nice fence like I did here, but I wanted something different. I could walk back and forth and not feel so away from my area. But I got lights, workshop lights there. I'm gonna put in there. I'm definitely gonna put some walls after the concrete, little by little. That's a little car I bought to flip, so I can actually invest that money to the Rx3. But yeah, what happens is when you get a project car, you let it sit. I've owned about 10 other cars after I stripped this car, and every time I start working on one car, another car, you never end up actually working on this car because it sucks. I mean, I could take it to the shop, get it done, but the problem is actually I want to save as much money as I can doing it right, so I could buy all the rest of the parts I need for my Rx3: suspension, computer, fuel system, wiring, injectors, wheels. There's a bunch of stuff I'm missing. So definitely what I recommend on a project car is don't let it sit. Once you cover that car up and strip it, it's hard to get motivated again, no matter how much money you have. It's just hard to get it going. You buy stuff like a camper, buy cars to flip, little other project cars to make it quick dollar, and fun cars. I had Jeeps, Rx8, Civics, Lexus, you name it. Hook them up, get bored, sell them, then get back to the Rx3. But I suggest always to focus on it. If you have it, don't cover it up, don't strip it, don't take it apart. Work on one part at a time. Don't sell parts like I've done just because you don't need them and then you need them. But definitely it's a work in progress. Don't lose faith on it. I haven't. It's like shit right now, but believe me, it's a pretty solid car. Let me show you real quick. I've shown it before, other videos, but this floor is pretty solid. See if I can open it. All right. Well, let me show you. Right there is bad. Pretty solid floor. That's just surface rust. It's not bad, see? Pretty solid. All the white marks are just acid or asphalt to help it neutralize or kill the rust or whatever you call it. But it's not bad. And I'm definitely gonna go back to the original white color paint. So if you ever have a project car, do a panel at a time. Do a door, trunk, do the hood, do the top, do the quarter, but just don't do what I did, especially trusting people with their opinions on the car. It sucks. Unless you're super rich or got big money that you can invest on it, then strip it. It costs a lot of money to get it done right too. But I got a lot of the stuff, compressor hoses down finally. I worked my area. Got some paint stuff, Bondos, some stuff I've had over the years, but definitely getting all new stuff, materials, sanding papers, and you name it, so I can actually work on it. 2022 is my goal, one thing at a time. This car should be ready by this weekend, so I can get out of here, move that car here, start prepping the concrete floor for the concrete, and later on start doing one wall at a time. I may insulate it so my neighbors don't complain about the noise when I'm working late, but I actually am happy. Still a mess because I'm still organizing, but happy I got my big toolbox out here. Got my roller toolbox. Gonna put some shelving up here high so I don't bump my head when I actually walk around here. It's pretty high. It's actually, I'm 6 foot, and that's pretty high. I'm gonna put the shop lights here, paint that white so I can actually have more brightness at the night. I love working at night. Built the wall here, and that way, but that's not in a hurry about that. Little by little. Start moving some of this stuff, get the car in here, put that fan up there in that corner. That way I could get some air flowing from there, here, moving. But yep, that's a little update. Starting 2022 with more videos, more updates. Any suggestions on how to get this rolling faster, feel free to comment. And Happy New Year to everybody, and wish me luck on my project. Very excited, finally. Very excited. Got my house completely remodeled over the years I've owned it. Worked on my landscaping. Did a lot of work in my house, and bought that camper just a couple days ago to use it as a box trailer for my company, so I can make money to waste money on my Rx3. That way I don't complain. My wife complains actually about money being spent on Rx3. So it's gonna be fun. It's a fun year. So wish me luck, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the like, dislike, share it, and you will see a lot more videos for 2022. Happy Rotary Days coming soon.